届いたら封を切らずにそっとしまっておいて時が経てば
We all like to taste the food, but food, most often are not sound. There are three ways in which we can find these foods are processed foods, genetically modified foods, organic foods. Processed foods are food package, chips, jelly, sausage, etc. A transgenic food is a food that has been genetically modified, i.e., the gene of a living being is introduced to another as a gene introduced into the horse A.D. then wheat. The problem is that gram products, food genetic change, i.e., it will not be as nutritious or healthy as organic food. So gram food is giving energy to the functions that require it, as the functioning of muscles continues to matter to create new cells and proteins and can be built, but still gives all its vitamins and minerals. If you want to consume vitamin C, orange, being gram may not have the vitamin, or have a lesser amount. In the case of plants, transgenic forced to use fertilizers, because that company's GMO have been genetically programmed to the plant, i.e. if not specifically give him the fertilizer, so the plant does not grow. Guess who is the fertilizer of the company? GMO. This is unfair to farmers, who increasingly need to produce more, but getting pay less monopoly, because a farmer can't not buy another type of fertilizer that is cheaper and more efficient, nor be used as clean alternatives compost, organic fertilizer, straw etc. Animal scientists are the professionals in charge of animal production. They and the people who are dedicated to animal production, animal scientists call them all for simplicity, use transgenic animals to increase the development and growth of animals. The animal scientists are also increasingly required to produce more but are paid less. So every time the animal abuse is more common. Animal abuse will not end until we change the way we consume food. Eating just enough, and eating alternative to common food abound but are not known to us, such as quinoa, because that would demand less of a specific product, causing damage to nature is not so large. That is, if put an example, where nature can only give up 100 tons of food each, and overpopulation and consumerism, we demand 200 tons of tomatoes, then nature should be overexploited or exploited more than they should. So nature is left easier to hold 100 tons of tomatoes and 100 tons of quinoa. It is an example. Then humans consuming food from a few plants, where on the planet there is a vast amount of edible plants. It is not necessary to be a vegetarian. There are animals that are not genetically modified but gram are fed to fatten them faster. That is increasingly animals, then increasingly also kills animals for human consumption occurs. These transgenic plants and animals do not disappear once cooked food. When we ate transgenic food, transgenic become part of our body, altering our ADN, as if we inject gram directly. Gram modify genes, and we know that change the nature of being alive. That is, our organs, tissues, and body systems are altered and do not work properly. These changes because of gram, not repaired, because genes is something they do not touch unless you know enough about genetics. The problem is that there have been no studies of the harmful effects each specific transgenic in our body, but if there have been scientific studies showing a significant deterioration in the health of people consuming gram because they are much more prone to disease. Not only are conditions that cause discomfort, but a large percentage of these are fatal, are known to the possible cause of cancer may be genetically modified food because you have been diagnosed diets of people suffering from cancer and consuming certain gram foods together and in sufficient quantities. That is, those who eat gram foods are more likely to suffer from cancer. If it is scientifically proven that cancer is associated with gram food, although it is not known whether the relationship is direct or indirect, or exactly as it happens, to try to create a vaccine against cancer. And it's not just cancer but many more diseases such as weak immune system, allergies, degenerative diseases, exhaustion, etc. The most serious is that there are very few studies on what the gram, then the harmful effects that are known so far are almost certainly much higher. Each year 24 million people in Latin America suffer from acute intoxication and acute poisoning, as any poisonings kill you if or when, only that it is more easily cured, if detected early, while it could be a day and often the symptoms are not detected, i.e. the person feels normal, and if it feels normal, will not realize that this intoxicated, and found dead the next day. Sometimes they feel the symptoms but are not great discomfort, so people associate with flu or stress at work, and it healed taking the break. They are only 20 million people in Latin America, where there is not much consumerism. Then in most developed countries the percentage amount will be much greater. Every year 5 million people in Latin America, because of these foods, suffer from chronic diseases. Each year 40,000 people dead in Latin America, poisoning, because of these foods. Do not judge a food by its appearance, because most of gram food has a size larger, more appetizing about colors. But healthy food has its color, flavor, natural size. To help you distinguish which foods are organic, or know they need to distinguish, or purchase them in organic stores, products sometimes bring a seal that certifies organic. There are normal shops have organic food section. Humans are experts, creating things harmful to humans and to other living beings. The body is nature, and nature needs. The healthy body has 110% of the tools to give us welfare, quality of life, health, and happiness. That is good to eat organic food. Conclusion: over 99% of food is genetically modified. It means that despite having energy and matter, has lost much of its nutritional value. They bring diseases, human deaths, bring animal abuse, damage the normal functioning of the body, low welfare, quality of life and happiness. Many say we are what we eat, and we're feeding, with food that is harmful to our body, is like eating poison. My intention: humans forget our past history, we forget as humans have lived in previous years. When we are born, we are taught how to live, but do not give us the opportunity to choose, and we will withhold information throughout our lives. If you could know what it is to live a life with 100% healthy food, the giant happiness as you would not imagine, you'd change your current lifestyle, either partially or totally, the lifestyle eating only 100% organic food. Because we all like to enjoy good food. The homemade organic food could exceed 5-star restaurants, just so delicious that are 100% organic ingredients. Remember that if I could not buy organic food, I could plan it at home. It's easy and inexpensive. It will help you save money, help the environment, and to enjoy. Help your body, and he will be happy. You will always support you, always give your best, always take care of you. I'll always be faithful and never leave you. He will give you happiness. Because nature is wiser than us and will survive, but humans will not survive without nature. Science does not recognize that nature is like a son who hates his father. For though we science technology, it is in nature that this quality of life, welfare, and full happiness. But misused science destroys the quality of life, welfare, and full happiness, destroy nature. We are nature. The well-used science and nature can come together to create an almost perfect world. The true human power is to live and let live, while using his intelligence responsibly. If you liked the information I like to give and share with anyone in need, the I like are the way content is classified, and the better qualified this, the easier it will appear on the first pages of search and more people I could help. What I like about the internet is that while there, the information is there, not burn, will not miss, it's free, does not discriminate, it is easily accessible. Wisdom is revealing but useless if not reach those in need. I invite you to visit my blog. There find more information about this and other topics in a more organized way. The link will be in the description. If you have any comments to help me improve, make them, and yet live longer, live in peace. XD. Many thanks for your attention and have a nice day.